Today's topic is anxiety. So what do you think? What is an anxiety?
What is an anxiety?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's, I don't know.
How would you describe it?
It's constant worrying and fear.
Yes. You're absolutely right. You hit the nail. It's constant worrying and fear. So it's triggered by
nervousness over not something specific, maybe, but just something. What's the word? I can't think. I have the word in mind, but I can't think. But just anxiety, just out there.
Okay, so nervousness.
Just nervousness without a reason.
Yeah.
Okay, without reason.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine is the same thing.
Nervousness.
There's a nervousness that becomes me, and yeah.
Okay.
I take medication for it. I'm not going to deny that. I had to take medication for it.
Is it benzodiazepines or?
I'm not going to discuss what I'm doing.
Oh,
I don't think,
Yeah.
It's not that.
No, I'm sorry.
No, it's not that, but I'm just saying.
No, how about you? What do you think?
For me?
Yes, anxiety.
Well, I'm telling you, life always the problem, right? But for me, I do not look at the negative way. I always make myself happy. I make myself busy and happy,
Good. So anxiety, yes.
This woman was playing piano on the computer the other day, and it instantly relaxed me.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
No, she's right. There are certain things that I do to help me get through the anxiety.
Okay.
Mine came on with the pandemic.
Okay.
That's how my anxiety came in, and I just had to deal with it. I dealt with it, but I'm talking to a therapist about it as well. She's helped me with that as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anxiety, as you said, it's out of fear and unknown,
Mm-hmm.
right? So when we are not sure or not sure about any issue, whatever the anxiety is all about, if we are not sure, usually the anxiety is either about something which happened in the past, right? Or it's about the future. At present, can there be an anxiety? Because at present, like right now, if you're feeling anxious, you can deal with it right away, right? Either you can get up and change the topics, stop thinking about what you're thinking, that's creating the anxiety, or busy yourself with something else.
Right.
Okay, distract yourself.
Right.
But at present, you can tackle it immediately. But when it's anxiety about something past or something future, then what is it? Now, what is the past? Past is just
Garbage is not garbage, but it's dead. It's gone.
Yes, it's gone. It's something which is in the past.
Right.
Even if it's just 1 second back,
And you have
but
no
it's
control
still
over
gone.
what happened in the past. It's past. It's
Yeah, it's gone.
It's over.
Right.
So past is just to learn from, to learn what not to make the mistakes, what to do it right, which helped us, which didn't help us, what are our likes, dislikes, whatever the experiences we had in the past are there to guide us for the present and for the future also. So they are basically a guiding measure, right? But if we keep thinking of the past and then reliving the same situation that happened in the past, it's not happening right now, but by thinking about it of the past, what are you doing? You are reliving the whole scenario, reliving the whole situation. So you have to, not only are you thinking about the whole thing, you are going through the same emotions also. You're creating those same emotions of anger, fear, nervousness, whatever happened at that point of time. So you are reliving the whole thing. And as a result, all those feelings and vibrations that you created at that point of time are recreated. So what's happening? Are you learning any lessons from it, or are you just suffering? Are you just creating the suffering for yourself?
Suffering.
Yes, but it is not even the truth at this moment because it was gone.
Right.
The truth was at the back. At that time, maybe it was present. At that time when you went through that experience, that was your present. And in whichever way you dealt with it at that point of time, it was, according to your own understanding, you did it. But now, reliving the past and recreating all those emotions and the suffering and the fear and unknown nervousness and all the other issues of your body having shivering and sweating and whatever you're creating with along with these emotions, is it worth it? Is it really the truth also? Is it the truth?
Well, no, it doesn't do anything constructive at all to relive it at all. But suppose it's not, it's not a matter of thinking about something that upset you in the past. That's garbage, you've thrown it away and so forth, right? But suppose it's something that, like in my case, I come from a childhood where there was a lot of messed upness in the house, a lot of, turmoil in the house. So that was like embedded into my
Memory.
not only my memory, in my essence, kind of, for lack of a better word, my essence.
Personality?
Personality is not the right thing, but it's my core.
You carry on.
Well, it's like
You carry on it.
Yeah, what?
You carry on it.
Yes, it's like in me,
when
right?
you grew up in a certain environment, you grew up in it, and you were in it, and there were things that,
You could not help, you could not
were not
control.
healthy. So if now as we're older, I guess as we're older and all that, and we're able to deal with it somehow, some way or another, through therapy or whatever it may be, or removing ourselves from those situations.
So let me tell me, whatever happened in the past, no matter what the situation was in the past, whether in the childhood or while when you were grown up, or everything is still in the past.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it is the past, right? It is not the present.
For me, the future is more.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about the future too. But so in the past is all still not the truth. It's not the reality of today.
Right.
Today's reality is right now, whatever we are dealing with.
Right.
Those situations that you are living in, the situations that you have created for yourself, all the situations that you are in right now, that is the reality.
Right.
Past is not the reality. We can bring it up and into our present, as I said, either by thinking or by behaving in those manners or reliving those emotions and reliving those moments. But they are really not the truth of
It's stuck in
today.
your unconscious. Like William was saying, easier said than done.
Right.
Yes.
See with me, for me, and I'm sure maybe for others as well, I have to have people help me through that process to get rid of all that.
Yes.
Because
So
I didn't know-
that
I
is
didn't know how to
because
deal- I didn't know how to deal with it. I'm a social worker, and I had to have therapy. They say you can't help someone unless you yourself have gotten some kind of help to deal with
Yeah.
your own life or your own baggage or whatever else you carry with you.
Yeah.
So now I had to find help to help me do that. To
okay.
get rid of all that stuff that my family,
Garbage.
all the dysfunction and everything else that was out there.
So why is that happening? Because whatever is in your mind, stored in your mind as a memory,
Yes.
or whether it's good or bad, you are connecting you're thinking that's what you are. You're connecting yourself as that's who you are. But those are thoughts. Now thoughts are, as I said, where are the thoughts? In one of your bodies. You are the spirit. You are not even that body. You are the spirit that's giving life to that body, okay? Now, in one of the bodies, the thoughts are happening. Now, a constant anxious thoughts or the thoughts of the past which are not good, which you do not want to remember, but you still have. Now, you are not able to have that awareness how to get rid of it. You don't have it. That's why you need help.
But develop it.
If you become aware of those thoughts,
It's developed.
yes, if you start becoming aware of those thoughts, that as I was saying, first we have to understand that when a thought comes up in our mind, okay, so how I'm just trying to explain you how the anxiety begins. So when a thought comes up in the mind is something of the which happened in the past, maybe in your childhood, and it's ingrained in your memory.
Ingrained.
Yeah, it's ingrained in your memory. As a result, it keeps coming up to bother you. Okay, so now when it comes up, now it is either you can relive the whole situation and go through the stress and go through the anxiety, create the anxiety and go through all the suffering that you did at that time, or now that you know that You are not that body, you're not the mind. Everything is happening in your body, one of your bodies, and that is your mind. All the thoughts are coming up in your mind, okay? So those thoughts which are coming up in your mind are is in one of your bodies. It's not who you are. You don't have to associate yourself as this is who I am.
Right.
You are not that. You are the energy, the spirit whose nature is Satchit Anand, which is the truth about yourself as a spirit, as a awareness, and as a bliss or happiness, bliss, peaceful form. That's who we are. But when you associate yourself with your mind, you are creating disturbance in that peace, right? You are creating disturbance and unhappiness, stress in your in your nature. That is not who you are. Okay, it's like in the ocean, if it's very peaceful and calm, and then all of a sudden there's a storm and it's coming and creating all those waves and disturbances, right? But that is not the nature of the ocean. The ocean is maybe just plain and calm and peaceful. But when the storm comes, then all the disturbance happens. So you are creating the storm in your mind by thinking of those past unhappy things. Now, if we understand that we are not that, and we start creating a distance between us and our 5 bodies, which we know as a physical body, and then emotional body, which is our breath, also prana, and then third is the mind, which is thoughts, then intellect body, which is all your memories, and the spiritual body, which is your voice of consciousness. So if we understand that we are not that, spiritual body,
Okay.
yes, voice of your consciousness. Now, if we create, so it's up to us, the choice is in our hands. Either we start becoming aware when the thought comes up, we start looking at it, looking at the thought as which is the thought that's coming up. Now understand that thought is not you. You are not that thought. You are the person watching the thought. You are the spirit, the energy, which is looking at the thought, which is a spectator. You could say a spectator. Like you watch a movie, so you watch your mind, start watching a mind like a movie. I always say in the meditation also, watch your mind like a movie. That means let the thoughts come and keep watching them. Don't interact with them. Do not say, oh, this is good, this is bad, this is not how it happened, this is not how it's supposed to happen. So when we interact, then we are getting involved. Now, if we are just watching a movie, when it's happening in a theater, on a screen, you don't go and jump and say, no, you are not supposed to jump off the cliff. This is not, that's how the story is, and that's how it's going to happen. You shouting from outside is not going to affect it, right? So similarly, you have to just watch your mind, because understand that you are not that. When you associate yourself with that mind, that's when you become happy or unhappy. If you start watching it and create a distance between you and the mind and start watching it like a movie, then you will understand that it's just a movie. It's just a thought that's coming up. I am not that thought.
But Madhu, you're talking about the conscious. I'm thinking the subconscious you can't control.
It's the subconscious from where all your thoughts come. Your subconscious is your memory. That's what your memory is. Intellect body. Subconscious is also intellect body. All the thoughts are coming up from the intellect body. So it's stored in there and they are coming up, and whether it's the past. Now what is the future? Let's talk about the future. Future is what? Is it a reality?
Not yet.
Yes. It's not the truth.
It's not you.
It's not even here. It's not, and we don't know what it's going to be like. So it's just our imagination, right? Now we can imagine something positive or negative for ourselves. Whatever the way we want to think, or on the basis of the past, if we think something negative happened, so only negativity will happen in the future also, then that's also our own imagination. We can create something very beautiful, positive view for our future life, or we can create a negative view for ourselves. It's up to us, it's in our own hands. We are the creators of everything that happens to us. We are creators of our own thoughts also. So we are creating that. So the future is not the reality. Reality is today, right now, present. That is the reality. If something is happening, supposing you're walking and you see the ditch in the front, you have a right, you have a choice to either go away from the ditch and go change your the path. You don't have to go into the ditch, fall into the ditch. You can change your path and go around it, so that you don't fall, or you can continue walking straight and fall into the ditch. It's your wish. Right now you have a choice. You can make that choice. At present, we always have a choice. At the past is gone. You don't have a choice. It's gone. It's not a reality. Neither is the future. Future is also not here. It's your imagination. We are creating the imagination and starting to worry about, oh, what will happen to me? Oh, what will happen? Whatever is supposed to happen will happen. Worry or no worry, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter by you are worrying, you can change your future. You can't. You cannot, nobody can change it. Whatever is supposed to happen.
You can change your future. You're just saying if
Yes, by worrying.
If there's a hole,
No,
you
I
can
said-
avoid going into the hole.
That's the point of the present. Okay, the present.
I'm saying by worrying.
You're gonna go around it. You're not gonna go into it.
Right.
Yes.
So in the present moment,
present
okay, there's a ditch right there.
Yes.
I'm not gonna fall into that ditch.
Yes.
I'm gonna go around that ditch so I don't hurt myself.
Exactly.
That's the present moment.
But that's the present. Okay, so the future.
Future is worrying. And if you're worrying, you cannot change your future. So if you keep worrying about something, are you able to change it? No, you cannot. Worrying is just creating stress, for yourself. It's a negative vibrations, creating negative vibrations for yourself. As a result, you are lowering your energy. You're lowering the whole energy, and that is creating another lower energy will create some kind of a
So
disease in the vibration.
I'm sorry, can I just bring up an example? Can I say, for example, I'm sure maybe, I don't know, people have been in a bad relationship, maybe I've been in a bad relationship, and sometimes you have that in the back of your mind, like you have that, I don't know if it's fear.
Yes, fear.
Maybe it is fear.
It is
That
always a
someone
fear.
else is going to hurt you, or
Yes.
you want to get in a relationship because of a bad experience, and it goes on and on and on.
Yes.
So you don't get involved because of it.
Yes.
Because of your fear.
So that's again your
Hurt
choice.
of being
Yes.
hurt.
So now you have created that wall between
Okay.
yourself and the other person by your own fear.
Okay.
Okay, so there can be different negative emotions through which we act and react on the basis of those negative and positive emotions that we create for ourselves. So, but they are also not who you are. You are energy which is making all these 5 bodies works. You are separate from those bodies. All this is happening. Say, start imagining that you are something which is separate from all these 5 bodies, which is creating a play. Or you could say that you are an actor. You have come to act in this world, and these emotions and the thought in your mind and all this is the tools that have been given to you to have a humanly experience and to have enjoy your experience of acting in this world as a human being. Okay, as I always give an example that we have come in this life is all about our experiences. What is life? Life is our sum total of our experiences. That's what life is. If I say what is your life, you will think about all the past experiences that happened and what you want to create in the future. So it is all the sum total of all the experiences. Now all those experiences have associated emotions. Emotions are always associated with whatever you are creating. Okay, now it's in your hands. In the future, you can create something beautiful. You can create something which is positive, which will give you happiness. It may or may not turn out to be that way, it doesn't matter. But in your mind, at least, you can start thinking in a positive manner for yourself. Right? Right now, you don't know what the future is going to bring because there are a lot of things that are at play when the things manifest. But you don't have to worry about that. You have to start at right now. Anxiety is nothing but you could say it's an emotion that you're creating in your own mind, and that's your own creation, and it's an unnecessary emotion that you're creating for yourself. It is not the reality, it is not the truth. The truth is that you are the energy which is a peaceful person, peaceful being. That's your nature: peace, love, joy, happiness, and bliss. That's your actual nature. But what are we creating? Anxiety or other negative emotions which we are creating ourselves, either by reliving the past, which is not the truth, or imagining about the future, which is again not the reality. Reality is right now at present. And as I said, when you are at present, and if you see any difficulty or if you see anything which is not good for you, you have a choice not to, you have a choice to change your path, or you have a choice not to take that, not to accept that, and go in a different direction. At present, we can change anything, but past is gone, you can change nothing. Future is not here, you can change nothing. So why are we worrying about it? It is not the reality. You have to understand it. The anxiety is just an emotion, just like greed is, just like anger is, just like any other emotions that we are creating in ourselves. They are all emotions we are creating, and that too out of fear, out of uncertainty, unknown. All this.
We must think about the futures. I mean, people
You
plan
should think about it.
their vocations.
Yes, you should.
Plan their vacations.
But does it mean?
Vacations.
So does it mean you start worrying about it?
No, but you give thought to it and
Yes.
planning for
So
it. And
plan.
then they worry about, did I do the right thing? Should I have decided to go to Maine or to France or whatever?
So then again, it's your choice. Your life, your experiences, your choices. You can create whatever you want out of life. It can be a very plain, smooth sailing. It can be a turbulent sailing. It could be sometimes turbulent, sometimes smooth. Everything is your choice. Everything is your own creation. Okay? And as I said, planning is not bad. You should plan everything, but that doesn't mean the way you plan is going to happen that way. As I said, there are a lot of things that are at play when the future has to manifest itself. But you don't have to worry about it. Why? Because whatever happens at that point of time, that will be a present at that time. And then when we are at the present time, we will deal with the situation as it comes and when it comes. So there is no need to start worrying about it right now. Whatever the situation happens, if there is a ditch, I will decide whether I want to walk straight into it or do I want to change my path at that point of time. Right now, I don't even know if there's going to be a ditch or not. And if there is a ditch, then I don't know if I start planning how to avoid the ditch. The ditch may not come up, and you are wasting your energy by thinking of how to avoid it, what will happen, how I could change the path. It may not come, it may come. When it comes, we will deal with the situation. If it doesn't come, well and good. And if it's not here, why bring it into it right now and create the stress for yourself? And that is what is creating anxiety. Anxiety is nothing but our own emotions created out of fear and uncertainty. Yes?
I find that belief in God,
What? Belief in God?
belief in God,
Yes.
helps me to control my anxiety.
Exactly. So, as I was saying, we can either, if it is something about the future that's bothering you, then have faith. Have faith in the God, have faith in the universe that it will only bring the best. There's a saying, man ka ho to acha, or man ka na ho to aur bhi acha. What it means is, that's in Hindi, I said it, but in English, what it means is that whatever is happening, if it is according to your mind, the way you wanted it, then it's very good. Because that's what you wanted it. It's very nice, it's pleasant, you like it. When things happen according to the way you want them to happen, then it's good. But if it doesn't happen according to your mind, the way your mind wants it, then it's even better. Why? Why is it better? Because then it's happening because the way the universe wants it, the way God wants it. And just like our father and mother, they want the best for their child. If the God, if you believe in God and if God is there, then He is our father and mother. He's our that father and mother figure. Would He want anything bad for us or anything less for us than we can even imagine? No. He will always want the best. That's why, or the universe, if you don't believe in God, the universe only wants to help us. It only wants us to grow in our spiritual energy. So it wants to help us so that we can understand what is all life about, what is our journey, and wants us to grow in our energy. And as a result, it will only wants to give us those experiences which will help us to grow. And if we understand that and leave it to the universe, then whatever happens, as I said, whatever happens and when it happens, we will deal with it at that time.
The whole thing is about letting go.
Letting go of the negative thoughts. So for that, you have to first start becoming aware of them. So whenever I always say, when a thought comes, please analyze the thought from 3 points of view. Every thought. Start becoming aware of your thoughts. Start watching your thoughts. Become like that you're watching. If something you're thinking, maybe you will think for 5 minutes and then start becoming aware, because if your awareness is high, you will immediately be aware of what you're thinking. But sometimes you're thinking for 5 minutes, then you will become aware, oh, I'm thinking of that past, or this thought keeps coming up again and again. So now start becoming aware of what is coming up in your mind. Then analyze that thought. Start analyzing it. Analyze it from 3 points. First, is it really the truth? Whatever you're thinking, is it the truth? If you're thinking of something that happened in the past, is it the truth at this point of time? No, it's not the truth at this point. At present, that is not your reality. That is not the truth. Okay? That was maybe the truth at the back, in the past. But the past is gone. It is only for learning experiences and nothing else. Past can only help us to learn, not to make the same mistakes, and what is good for us, what is not good for us, as I said, likes, dislikes, all those things. But it is not our reality for the truth. It is not our truth at present. Okay? So that is not the truth. Secondly, also there could be facts also, like, a fact about, maybe I'm thinking that Ken doesn't like me. So that's again may not be the truth. That may be just I'm creating an imagination in my mind because the way he was not in a good mood, he didn't behave with me well. So I started believing that he doesn't like me. So that is actually not the truth. That is my own imagination running wild, right? So we have to analyze it from the point of truth first. That's the first point. Second point, is it a useful information that I'm thinking? So if I'm thinking about something which happened in the past, or even that Ken doesn't like me, how is it a useful information? How can I use it? It's a garbage information. It doesn't have any sense. Even whatever happened in the past is the past. It's not the reality. So it's not useful. You can have a learning experience from that. There could be a learning lesson. Remember that lesson and let it go. Let the rest go.
I'm confused now. If I don't like you, that's the present, right? And so
No, that's my imagination.
That's your imagination.
Yes. And that's not the truth.
And that's projection. You're projecting that feeling that...
No, because you were not in a good mood for any reason. And you didn't talk well to me. Now my mind starts thinking, maybe he didn't talk to me nicely because he doesn't like me. Now that's something that I created in my own mind with my own imagination. That is not the truth. You may like me, but you are not in a good mood because of any of your own reasons. But that is my own creation that I imagined. Ken doesn't like me, so as a result now I don't want to like you, and now I'm creating another stress, how to deal with you, how to talk to you in a rude manner, or maybe go and confront you, whatever. So all this is now the cycle has been created, which is unnecessary. So that's what I'm saying.
So is there such a thing as intuition, that intuitively you can think something?
No, intuition is something when you are trying to make a decision and then the voice of your consciousness or intuition tells you this is the right way. You know, you're trying to make a choice here. Now, I'm trying to make a choice whether to go straight into the pit or go on the side. My intuition will tell me if you go straight into the pit, you will fall. So please don't do that. Now, if I still choose to go and experience that, that's my choice. But I can listen to it and not go there and change the path. That's intuition. Intuition helps us to make the right choices at the present time. At present. It helps us. That is the voice of our own soul, voice of you, of the universe, you can say, or consciousness, whatever.
And how if I really don't like you? Then how do you deal with it?
You deal with it with love.
No, it's a good, you know.
Yes. So if you don't like me, I don't have to dislike you either. You know, I can give back the.
I like the answer that you're giving. You
Yeah,
deal with it with
you
love.
you can deal with it with love. Okay, but you don't have to deal with the negativity only. Again, it's your choice. As I say, everything is your choice, your own creation, and whatever you are creating at the present will bring a reaction to you. Okay, so your own action will bring your reaction to you. But as I was saying, so there are three things. First is the truth about the thought that you are thinking. Is it really the truth or is it your imagination? Secondly, is it a useful information that you are thinking? If it's not a useful information, you can use it for your growth or for bringing up your energy, then it's a garbage thought. And third is that is it a pleasant thought? Is it a kind thought? Is it kind to yourself and to the other person that you're thinking about? So if it is, I'm thinking that he doesn't like me, it's an unkind thought. To me also, I'm creating a stress for myself and also unkind thought for him, creating him as a monster who doesn't like me. Okay, so we have to start evaluating your thoughts from these 3 points: the truth, usefulness, and kindness. And if you feel in any of these 3 evaluations, the thoughts is treated to be like a garbage or it's failed, then that is a garbage thought. It has to pass all these 3 tests to say it's a useful thought to be kept in your mind.
If I don't like it, do I throw out that thought
Yes.
or do I
So we
analyze
have
it and think
to.
why?
So once it's a garbage thought, what do we do with the garbage? You pick it up and throw it out, right? Just like you throw out the garbage from your room or in your house to clean it. Similarly, to clean your mind, you pick up the garbage thoughts and you throw it out into the universe. Let the universe deal with it. And as I said, when the situation does happen, whatever the universe wants to give us the experience, remember, whatever comes in our way, good or bad, is for our growth. It is always for our growth.
So you analyze your thoughts.
Yes. So whatever comes in our way from the future, whatever will happen, we will deal with it at that point of time. And if we have faith in the God or if we have faith in the universe, then we will know that whether it's something good or something bad that I don't want it, but still it's coming my way, then it must be for my growth. Because it's for our growth. Because when we go, yes, when some kind of a suffering comes, it helps us to grow. It gives us a lot of learning experiences, lot of growth happens, lot of cleansing of the past karmas happens, because naturally an action happened and that is why a reaction is coming at the
But suffering is not true.
in our suffering is not pleasant to go through, but it is required for our growth, especially for our cleanliness. Why? Now,
How about, I mean, there are people out there, that things that happen to people, people who hurt other people, and, I mean, they cause harm to people.
yes,
I mean, that's something that affects you in certain
of course it
ways.
affects everybody.
Right, and I don't think that, how can I put this? How do we grow from that? I mean, do we have to go through, we don't have to go through that.
No, you don't have to.
Right.
So the person
I
who
mean,
is
it's not right that we have to go through that.
That's
People
right.
purposely urge you, malicious people out there in the world, which is, you know.
yes. So as I said, we have a choice. If some person is trying to hurt me,
Mhm.
and you know that he's not in a good faith, then you always have a choice whether to associate with the person or not to associate with the person.
Mhm.
So there is always a choice. As I said, when a situation is developed, you should see how the best way to deal in the situation. But worrying about it beforehand, which is not a reality at the present, is what is causing anxiety. So since we are talking about the anxiety is caused by our own unknown, uncertainty, and fear. Yes.
How does one increase their belief in God?
Belief in God,
How does one increase their belief in God?
that's in your own hands. You keep anytime anything negative that comes up, which you don't want to believe, you just say that this is a garbage thought, I want to throw it out into the universe, and I have faith in God. Keep reminding your mind and keep telling your mind you have faith in God, and you will let Him deal with it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so and also chanting His name, keeping association, thinking of Him constantly in every situation, in all the time, happiness and unhappiness, that helps us to create our faith stronger.
Thank you.
Faith is something which is always tested. So, and
You know,
it's not
I
easy to
don't know,
pass.
but personally, I use an expression, and this is me personally, let go and let God. Sometimes there are things that are out of control, and I just give it to God.
Mhm.
And
Yes.
let Him handle it. 'Cause
Yes.
I can't.
And when you give it away to the universe or to the God, you automatically feel free from the tension and the anxiety, right? So that is the way of letting go. So either you give it to the universe or you give it to the God and let Him handle it. So that is basically you're saying, I will deal with the situation when it comes.
I saved myself, I put this in God's hands.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let go, let God, put it in God's hands.
So anxiety is something that you just release it in the hands of God, as you said. So meditation helps to raise your energy, it helps you cleanse you also. So as a result, all the past memories that are bothering you gets cleansed in the meditation, during the meditation. And also, as I said, faith in God helps us to release all the tensions of the future, all the anxiety about the future. You leave it in the hands of the God, and also when the situation comes, we will deal with it. So anxiety is nothing but our own creation of your own mind. It is a play. Your mind is creating that play in your mind, and you have to understand it and think about it and say, this is my mind creating the havoc. I'm not going to give in to it. I will either deal with it as it comes, or I will give it in the hands of God and let Him deal with it. And especially if you're thinking about something past which is creating the anxiety, then you have to understand that it is past. That is just for learning experience, and also what to do and what not to do in any situation.
Mhm.
That is the learning that it gives you. A child goes and puts a hand in the fire. He knows next time he sees the fire, he's not going to go near the fire, because he now learned the fire through experience that it can burn.
Mhm.
Right? So, this is how the life teaches us. By putting us through different experiences, we learn. We learn through those experiences. We grow with it. We grow strong mentally, emotionally, physically. In every way, we grow strong, as well as a lot of cleansing happens. No situation is created in our life unless it is needed for our learning purposes. And also, every situation that's created is also a reaction to our past actions, and it is necessary for that action to complete its cycle. So for the karmic cycle to be completed, if we made a mistake in the past, then a reaction has to come. A reaction will come. It will not be very pleasant to go through that experience, but it is necessary for us to close that cycle, also to learn what not to do, and how to become strong and learn how to go through that experience and become stronger mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Our energy
What
learn.
doesn't kill us makes us stronger, as they say?
Huh?
What the expression, what doesn't kill us makes us stronger?
Yes,
Mhm.
exactly. Yes.
You said that everything what happened to us is because something bad, it's because we are paying for the past.
No, yes,
Oh,
the
yeah.
situations
So
are
how-
created on that basis.
Our past or the previous past?
Your past.
No, if I understand what Carlos is saying, his past right now or his past as another being, perhaps?
Yes,
Another life?
another life.
So how do we know?
You don't need to know. You knew
Oh, I
it.
don't need to know?
No.
I need to know because...
If I have to give you a test and I give you all the questions ahead of time and also the answers you know ahead of time, what kind of a test is that?
No, we're talking about reincarnation
Huh?
here, right? It's talking about reincarnation.
It's not a test.
If you believe
So
in
if you have to go through a test so that you can come out stronger and knowledgeable and become more emotionally and physically strong and also raise your energy, then you have to go through that test. Go and write that test and then pass the test, and then you will be given a promotion. Without going through the test, you cannot say that, okay, if I already know the questions and if I already have know the answers, it is no longer a test.
Right, but
So whatever happened in the past, we make the actions. Okay, in the past, right? I'm making an
In
action
past
right
this
now.
life or in another life?
Any life. It could be any past
We
lives.
have to pay something for something that we don't even know if we did it.
No,
or we
you do
didn't.
know.
Huh?
You do know as a spirit. Okay,
You do not?
that's a different topic. But let me close this.